Alrighty. 8 points, that's all. 8-point loss to Boise State. We're going to bring in our friends on Facebook to talk about, wow, what a game. You know, there was a 99.9% chance of a Boise victory in that fourth quarter, but I don't think it was that close. Still, I don't know. I want to hear from everybody out there what your thoughts are of this game. Obviously, one that was ugly at the beginning, but the third quarter looked even uglier, at least for UH. Kickoff return for a touchdown, couple more big plays, but you know, the team turned it around. And Calvin Turner, I mean, we're going to say his name over and over again, but Calvin Turner definitely the man today for the Bows, and kind of has been that way since we saw him wear the uniform first week against Fresno when he was going in on the Warrior or the Wildcat. I'm pretty sure it's called Warrior. They haven't. Did anybody here? I'm pretty sure it's called Warrior. Well, our team calls it Warrior, but the Wildcat, right? Seeing Calvin in there, but he wasn't just there in Wildcat, right? We're using him all over the field. He's the ultimate. He's the Swiss Army knife. He can be anywhere on the field, and he's a guy that the team definitely needs to get the ball to, and they did it today, right? And that was something that was nice. Let's look at Calvin's stats here, and actually look at Shevin. Shevin did his accuracy did get a little bit better, but he had a lot of drop balls. I mean, he had a lot of his receivers drop balls, Shevin. So still, he's above 50%, which is great. If you throw out those drop balls, he probably would have, or if those guys had caught the balls, he probably would have been closer to 60%. So still, not a bad day for him, but obviously we don't want to have, we want to be able to put it together for a full game. So Shevin, he had 50 yards of passing in the first half, so he had over 200 in the second half. So that's a tale of two halves right there. Rushing wise, he had 90 yards of rushing, Shevin. But Calvin, look at him, 32 yards of rushing. He had a touchdown there, a rushing touchdown, and you can look at his receiving yards. He has 5 catches for 65 yards and 2 touchdowns there as well. So Calvin Turner, wow, what a game for him. A guy that we definitely need to. Yeah, Deanne says we can't keep playing catch up, and you're right, we can't. We can't just let this happen every time. Gerard says plenty of people lost money on this game. Well, sorry about that. When you just, that's why it's hard. If you're a UH fan, and you put money on the game, either way, it's just added stress if you're a fan, right? I'm just saying that. I know people, people bet on games. It is what it is. I've never actually bet on football ever in my entire life, and also I've been associated with college sports since in my adult life, so you're not allowed to do that anyways. But this is definitely an area 40-32 that there could have been some bad beats, right? If you look on Scott Van Pelt's, if you watch his show on SportsCenter, he talks about bad beats. So I don't know what the spread was, honestly. But I thought that 8 points. What was it? I honestly didn't look at the spread what the line was right before the game, but I'm sure it probably was more than 8, right? So I guess that's pretty good. Cisco says I'm gonna peel off the Gio. It's funny that Cisco has said Joey Iosefa. I was legit thinking about Joey Iosefa. I was like, this is Iosefa. What scared me about that's because that was Norm Chow's teams and that was his best player. So we don't want to go there. We're not gonna. I know Chow's name's been thrown around a lot, and maybe now that it's 40-32, maybe I saw a Todd Von Chow, which I'm not gonna lie, I was laughing pretty hard at that on Twitter, even though I'm not there yet to say this is Chow, but the first half didn't look good, but 40-32 looked pretty good. If you guys have the Zoom link, or you request a Zoom link, jump on if you want to. I will, let you guys come on if people want to talk. Who's there? Jump in. Gerard says, I never bet against the home team. Good job, Gerard. They treated this as a game, as a gimme game, the announcers. Yeah, they definitely took Hawaii for granted in this game. Deanne says 14. Timmy says 13.5 was a spread. Yeah, so good job for Warriors. We won this game against the spread. Love seeing a game on TV. Yes, Liz. Hope everything went well in Kauai Island. Hope you're doing well. Kevin says at least they kept it close. That's as close as they've been in years. Yeah, that is. I agree. This is not a. I mean, the score alone is probably maybe closer than what the game dictated, because it does seem like, whoa, 8 points. Like, people are gonna be like, oh wow, it must have been a game. And like, we got to be honest. Like, it probably wasn't really a game until the end, and that's fine. I mean, because we kind of, most of us, not giving up, but we had just hoped for a better second half. And then when it was like, oh my gosh, get a chance now, and then cue the Dumb and Dumber theme with Shane, and you're telling me there's a chance. So you're saying there's a chance, and there was, because ESPN, their predictor had Hawaii 99.9% chance of losing, Boise winning, and then after that last touchdown, it went up to 90, or went down to 94 point something. So not that much difference, but still, that's pretty good. It was pretty cool. Deanne says it was hilarious. The announcers were talking about how Kermit. Oh yeah. I saw that too. When they were talking about Kermit and the Rock and how he wouldn't watch that movie, I was like, random. Go show some of our cardboards. That's the thing. They need to focus. They rarely showed the cardboards, and you barely saw any of like the fans. You know, they showed like the Rock and random, and like all of the entire state Senate is in the front row. But that's a different story. Love you guys in the Senate. Keep doing great work. But you're all in the front row. Gerard says, not going to call Graham Chow yet. I don't think it's him. OC play calling still needs improvement. Defense steps up in the game early. And that's where, yeah, I agree. I think the defense has been playing great. I think the offense has been, not terrible. Miles Reed, like 1, 2, 3. So Miles Reed, 6 catches. Calvin Turner, 5 catches. Marquise Stovall, 3 catches. And he had some good ones. He had that cool where he ran across. He ran that route across that he cut. That was that was an athletic move. Josh Manoke, 5 catches. Jared Smart, only 2 catches. That definitely, I know he wants to improve on that. That's 5. Day Rico only had 1 catch. That's not a lot for him. Zach Bowens, 1 catch. Wilson, 1 catch. So 9 receivers again. 9 different receivers. So Cordero definitely spreading it out. But look, he doesn't look comfortable at all. It looks like yeah, he's still adjusting, Chevin, for sure. Deanne says, love seeing Dior Scott. Yeah, Dior Scott got in there. Gerard says, special teams played poor too. Yeah, they had some moments. Definitely allowing a kickoff for a touchdown. Like, that is a backbreaker right there. I was not... Wow. I mean, and that's the thing. That is the thing. It's like, we let this happen. This happened last year in the Mountain West. Right before the half, we let those 2 touchdowns. They score. We let that happen again tonight. Those are just killers, man. Those are like moments, not only drive killers when drive extenders when our defense might allow like a big play, but for the most part, if our defense is doing good, those big plays, we're gonna allow some of those to happen. That's just natural. The coaches will give up some of those. I'm sure. Of course, not a lot, but it's on when we allow those. Yeah, because those points didn't just come from their Boise offense, right? They had kickoff returns. They just knew when to hit daggers, and that was a part. Like, the Boise just knew exactly when to just kick it into high gear, when to just go into turbo mode, and that's the thing. It's like when they go into that place, it's hard to neutralize them. But I think our team showed some moxie. I thought they showed some definite will. If some of you, if you have a Zoom link, I'd send it to you earlier. The same Zoom link should work. If you don't, then text me or something. Let me see. Oh gosh. Oh, see, now you guys can all see my my front. Oh, there you go. It is working. Okay. You guys can see how the magic of my. See, I'm giving some. You can see. I'm getting some. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to at the same time bring in people on Zoom. Thank you for coming. Oh, there's Moku. Braddah Moku. Let's talk to him. Let's talk to Braddah Moku. Stop looking at my phone, because now that I'm using my phone, I have like another way to like show you guys highlights, because I have all these like highlights on my phone and stuff. But I think Braddah Moku would be good to bring on as well. If Braddah Moku can come in, you gotta turn on his camera though. See, this is the live editing kind things right here. Moku, I saw you log in. Turn on your camera. If anybody else wants to come in, comes Garen's Bull Variants. Oh, there he is. There's the man. What's your thoughts, buddy? What's your thoughts after this game?
Bro, this game went way better than I expected. To be honest, after the last couple games from the Wyoming to the New Mexico to the San Diego State, bro, I didn't think he was going to score at all, let alone be in it in the last 5 minutes of the game. But I mean, I was 60-0, bro. That's what I thought. I was going to say 60-3, but a field goal kick turned out there great. I didn't think he was going to get in range. But, you know what I mean? Like, I believe green and white, but
no, that's realistic. I'm not saying that's not totally unrealistic. You know, I mean, I think like for people that have seen, first of all, we've have like the trauma of seeing Boise just like annihilate us a lot in the past. I mean, a lot of those 14 wins were like not even close kind too. But today was close kind. Today was a close one. Today was a close one.
No, the offense found something. I mean, it's still spotty, sketchy, but a hell of a lot better than it's been. Defense, as usual, they showed up early, bro. I'm starting to really love the defense. Defensive coaches and schemes.
Yeah.
Bro, they're playing, but shucks, they cannot play 16 quarters straight and expect to do something. The offense gotta get going. I understand they're planning COVID this and new this and new that, but that's old for Hawaii fans. We get new coaches every 4 to 5 years. Yeah. Well, that's not an excuse for us anymore.
I mean, it is with Shevin. I mean, what do you think about just the way he's playing? I mean, do you think that he's different? Do you think it's the schemes? What do you think about, you know, how do you evaluate
I think it's the coaching. I think it's the offensive schemes and the coaching, the play calling for sure. You cannot go with one returning starting O-line and one returning quarterback that bail out our starter in 4 games. And with receivers that coming back, like, where's Nick and Victor, bro? I mean, can I be benched this long because on fumble? Now, Keith Stovall was back and he fumbled the ball too. Yeah. And he showed up in his game.
He played well. He played well. Yeah. Huh? I thought Stovall played pretty well. I mean, but you're right. There's some guys that are missing. There's some guys that are transferring. Look at guys like Akil Francisco, we thought was going to be starting, and now he's leaving the program. So maybe guys are still being shuffled around. Do you think it's the acquisition of the new playbook, or, you know, in terms of like being able to cement it and to get the rhythm off of that, or do you think it's the scheming itself is flawed? I mean, where do you think?
I think it's the scheming itself. We have a rookie offensive line coach coaching a veteran offensive line. I mean, these linemen, they're all from last year. And one of them is a local boy that went away. Who did he play for? Cal? Eletise?
Yeah, he played.
I mean, Arizona, he's not new to D1 football, you know what I mean? So, for the breakdowns, the coverage, not being able to pick up the coverage and the blitzes, and Shevin running for his life, that falls on the OC, the offensive line coach, and whoever calling the plays. I don't know who calling. I see Graham over there calling defensive plays. I don't know if he's calling offensive plays too or not, but that guy needs to get more involved in the offense and not just stick with the defense, because to me, look like he's paying more attention to defense and it's showing, and the offense is suffering because of it.
Yeah, it looks like the offense took a while to come together, but you notice how Calvin's being used. He's taking inside handoffs. He's like catching balls in the flat. I mean, do you think? I mean, I brought up Joey Iosefa because he was kind of that guy where it's just like, get the ball in his hands, right? For Chow, it's just like, I don't know, just give Joey the ball. I mean, he might fumble it a couple times, but it's a guy getting yards. Are we at that place, you think, as an offense, or it's just like get Calvin the ball? Is that where we got to be, or what is the scheme got to be?
No, it's nice right now just because the guy is purely talented. A lot of the plays that he's making them. Yeah. There's some guys giving him some blocks, but he's breaking tackles. He's tiptoeing the sideline. He's elusive. He's slippery. He's just a straight baller. Yeah. So it's not 100% of a team thing on his success. It has a lot to do with just his natural talent. But like Jonah Panoke had a breakout game today. That wasn't that great, but that helped the offense. Melky with his yards after the catch helped. Smart came in late. I mean, they were shutting down Smart all game. But the reason to me why Rolo was so successful with the run and shoot is because he was able to spread the ball around. Every receiver caught the ball.
Yeah.
Also, we had multiple games with 2 receivers with over 100 yards running.
Mm-hmm.
We cannot just rely on Calvin Turner because they're going to key on him and shut him down.
Yeah.
We cannot just rely on Smart or on one guy. We got to be able to have more passing plays to more receivers. And I don't know who's coaching receivers. I forgot who the receivers coach was, but you got to get them on their routes and catching more balls. And I don't think we should be starting off the game with run plays. We're not huge in the run game. You know what I mean? We had that one fluke against Fresno because we were unknown.
Yeah.
Nobody knew what Graham was going to do or how things are going to work. So I think the Fresno game, we caught them off by surprise. And then the cat was out of the bag after that.
Yeah, I agree. I think the Fresno game was kind of like, oh, okay, this is what Hawaii runs now. This is how they play. And then the next game, they're like, okay, we know exactly how this team is. And it seemed like, you know, they the Mountain West kind of caught up with us already. You know, when it comes to the comparisons, because there are some coaching names being thrown out there, as you saw in the realms. And you know that whenever we talk about Norm Chow or Von Oppen or something like that, you know, it's bad for our team or our fans out there. Of course, there's a lot of hyperbole, but in terms of like Coach Graham, at least up to this point, what is your assessment?
Offense, he's slacking. I don't know exactly what his key is there, but to me, regardless of what's going on, he's dropping the ball in offense. I don't know if it was the guys he decided to hire or his lack of involvement, or maybe he's super involved. I have no idea, but whatever it is, offense, he's dropping the ball. Defense, he's got it going. I mean, they're not perfect, but imagine if we had this defense the last 4 years on the roll. You know, we might have had another 2007 season. Maybe not necessarily Sugar Bowl, but we could have damn well been undefeated.
But, you know, our calling card is always in our, you know, for us, for a lot of mid-major schools, it's their offense, right? Because that's how we win games. Our offense is better. It's the best defense is a better offense. And, you know, if we got to win games like 47-45, which we have several times in our history, then, you know, but is there a potential? Are we going to be a team that just kind of is going to be balanced? Or do you think once the offense gets going, we can be as productive as the run and shoot?
I think so. You know, I see a lot of promising things, especially in this game. Even though we lost, it was by a one possession. That spot on the ball was questionable, but it was pretty damn close. Yeah. But regardless, this game was the next best game that I enjoyed watching since Fresno.
Yeah. I thought that this game definitely had all of the moments, but maybe not all collectively together, strong together, but had moments that we can be proud of.
Still got drop balls.
Yeah.
So Hawaii's known for passing.
Yeah.
And I mean, think the fans that have been watching forever and a day, that's what we expect to see. That's what we want to see.
Yes, yeah.
So when we're running the ball a lot and doing these, you know, delayed handoffs and these option routes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
When they work, we praise it. But how often do they work? Yeah. How often they go for tackles for a loss? You know what I mean? How often do they go for no gain at all? We just get back to the line of scrimmage. So I think the passing is where it's at. And what is the one receiver transfer he started? I can't remember his name right now. He's a new guy this year.
Yeah, Bussy.
Huh?
Bussy? Yeah. He only had one catch this game. Yeah.
Yeah, but he had that slant that was wide open.
I know. That slant was so like Hawaii football and how, you know, what we're used to seeing too. But the Jared Smart touchdown, I enjoyed seeing that. That reminded me that where he's got that foot in the back. I'm showing a highlight of that right now. But you know, some good stuff I think from
Yeah, there's a lot of promise. There's choke promise, but I don't think there's enough repetitions.
Yeah.
So am I ready to give up on this offensive staff? No. Am I proud of them? No.
Yeah, I get it.
But they do show a lot of positivity that we can build on. My hopes for the rest of the season isn't very high, but I kind of had this as a wash to begin with.
Yeah, I agree.
So I'm real curious to see what they do next year. Next year, granted, we have a full stadium. I mean, not stadium, sorry. A little bit. Granted, we have ability to attend games, and we have a full schedule with a full training camp, and it can be more hands-on, more physical. Then I'm really going to be crucial on the offensive side of the ball, because I'm already expecting great things on the defensive side of the ball next year.
I agree, and I think like our expectations were that whoever Dave Matlin was going to hire this year, we expected him to be offensive-minded person, right? Like that we expected off the bat. Like whoever was going to bring in, we're like, what does his offense look like? And he had Gus Malzahn as his offensive coordinator before. We expect him to have these guys, and maybe DJ Kinney will be Gus Malzahn one day, but it doesn't appear to be so that he is right now, and that could be a part of the some of the issue. But that's a growing pain of a younger staff and a guy that's trying to come to Hawaii and put down his philosophies with guys with a coaching staff that is pretty new to the game. It seems like a lot of guys too. But I like the play. The one to Calvin was cool. I mean, the reverse and the double pitch. That was a really cool play. I think there's some creativity that I enjoy. Obviously, would I have loved to have Rolo's offense this year? Yes, and especially at the fact that they were so ma'a to the system already, right? They got it already. It was ingrained in the players already. That's the one part of the offense that I miss. Is just the part that they were just so good at it and clicking. But it's nice to see some of the creativity. I think I see more trick plays this year than I did last year already, and we only played 5 games this year. And that's the double passes, reverses, and stuff, which I think is exciting. And you got to know when to use them, obviously. And it seems like we just bring them out when they're kind of desperate, okay, shoot, just throw them out. Whereas Boise is they're already they're so clinical. It's right when they're in the red zone, they know exactly what kind of plays they're gonna run. They know how they're gonna execute a certain way and do it as a unit. So it's pretty amazing. But as I actually gotta be, so I'm gonna tell everybody out there, go on IG. I'm actually gonna join the Sleep Overtime show. We're doing a fundraiser to raise money for Thanksgiving dinners. That some of you probably saw that I brought on Aaron Sakai. So I'm actually going to switch over to Instagram soon. So Aaron's probably, if he's watching this, or if you guys see Aaron out there, go tell him that Wayne will be over there soon. But I just wanted to hear, a lot of what you guys had to say. Of course, Braddah Moku, I'm glad that he got to join us. Yeah, George said, what happened to Marner? I didn't see his name called very often either. I mean, did you? I didn't see that. Yeah.
A lot of people in the Facebook group, they keep calling for a change of quarterback to try to spice something up. You know what I want to see? A change of receivers. I want to see Dior Scott in there. I want to see Lincoln Victor in there.
Yeah. And it's interesting to see Lincoln Victor. It's not there, but you're right. It's definitely it's not everything is on Chev. I think he's still growing too, and we were lucky that we got to see him perform in an offense that he's been learning since he was in 7th grade. But unfortunately, it's different now. Things are changed.
Yeah, definitely.
But Braddah Moku, thank you for joining.
There's something to hope for.
There is something. I think there is a lot of hope, and I think the fact that you are always going to be a guy that you're going to speak your mind, but that if you think there's hope and you believe in this team, then everybody needs to believe in this team because there's still a lot. There's still a lot to be happy about. But Braddah Moku, thanks for joining me. I'm going to switch over to Instagram. If you guys come follow me on Instagram, go to @SleepTimeOver show. I'll be there right now. All right, guys. Shoe times. Kidding. Aloha.